All right, what's new today? AI mistakes. Well, the news is such an amazing thing to watch these days. I really enjoy getting a chance to pull out the old newsreader and see what's happening in the world of AI because you never know what you're going to find. It's always a surprise. And I have to admit that more often than not, it's a delightful surprise. Everybody can get excited about the job situation and how things are changing. Maybe we're concerned about what you're going to do because generative AI is going to take your job. But I'm really looking at this the other way around, team. When you look at the opportunity that's ahead of us, I think there's so many more new things to do with this than there are old things that it can replace. Case in point, what a wonderful story I've come across today. Headline, ChatGPT experience may be able to get you that job. More than 90% of potential employers are looking for workers who use the chatbot. 91% to be precise, according to this article. This article comes to me from Business Insider. It's an article by Aaron Mock. And I'll put a link to the story in the video for those of you that are curious. The link will be down below for those that are interested. Researchers at the job site surveyed 1,187 business leaders, CEOs, executives, owners, and partners, the majority of which are currently hiring, by the way, to understand what they think of the AI chatbot. The survey found that 91% of business leaders who are hiring are looking to hire workers with ChatGPT experience. 30% of them say they are doing so very urgently or somewhat urgently, and the other 2/3 of those hiring workers with ChatGPT experience think that the skill can bring a competitive advantage to their organization. There it is, folks. I think I can stop there and you get the message. But wait, there's more. With this expertise not yet widely available in the hiring market, those candidates with ChatGPT and AI skills will be highly sought after from progressive companies. Stacy Haller, the chief career advisor at Resume Builder, said in the study. So, like I said, not more than a few days ago, opportunity ahead. Seize the opportunity. There's so many things to be done here. And I'm just getting warmed up, to be honest. I'm still trying to figure out what area I want to focus on. I think there's so much opportunity here. My mode of operation right now is simply writing down ideas to try to search and find what the right thing is. The capabilities that are in the generative AI space right now, here's what I'm personally thinking about and what I'm excited about. I've been doing this IT thing for a while, but it's really the things that you're not good at that it's very helpful because it's so good at what it does. It's better than a novice is going to be in a specific domain. So you can ask it questions about the things you don't know. And while you have to do a bit of research to follow up on it and make sure that it's not leading you down a false pathway, it's far more useful than it is harmful. Because when you're taking on something new anyway, you have to give yourself room for some mistakes. So you're going to leave room for whatever it gives you to be wrong. But also, if you're doing things that you already know how to do, in my case, that's, writing programming code, which is something that, I have experience doing that for over 20 years, but I don't do it every day. So it's really useful for me because I know what needs to be accomplished. And I know what functional and working looks like, and I know the details that need to be tended to in application development. But honestly, right now, I just don't have the time to sit down and write code for 2 or 3 hours a night. I have other things in my life that have to be done in addition to my day job. And so the ability to go and use these tools to have it get me started, even if it's just to start the programming for an application is really valuable because I know what right is, and I can do a lot on my own already, but it really gives me a jump start, gets me going. It's very useful. Now, what's interesting about this article that I want to touch on before I close the video is that there seems to be a lot of talk about this concept of a prompt engineer. And that's somebody who knows how to get the results out of the chatbot. Because the reality is, at the end of the day, if the generative AI capability is not actively solving a problem, it's not going to get used. And you have to be able to trust it. And I think the focus on this concept of a prompt engineer is something that people are latching onto because it's a well-defined space that is really the first that can be pulled out. Now, what all of this, of course, is ignoring is the classical data science, AI researcher job that's been out there. These jobs have been in demand and well paid for quite a long time. And there's absolutely no harm in getting informed about how to do that as well. But you don't have to go that deep to be really useful. And I think this is a prime example. If you want to go after becoming a prompt engineer, it helps to have some experience with writing code. You have to be able to communicate well, so maybe some marketing experience. But, the reality is there's a huge set of opportunities here across the board. Whether you want to go after something specific or you want to use it more generically in getting your work done on a daily basis. I just had to get this video out because I think this is a really exciting development. Of course, it's not going to be the case for everyone, and you're going to have companies that are going to do just the opposite, and they're going to say, no, you're not allowed to use that because there are too many risks. And you and I don't have to go after those roles. We can work in a company that's willing to use the new tools and enable room for the mistakes, or perhaps have built some guidance for you in using the tools so that you're not doing it in a way that is risky to the organization. But really exciting development, and there you have it. So if you're watching my videos and you're not already playing with the technology, what are you waiting for? You can go to OpenAI's website, enroll for a free account today. They'll give you credits. You can begin to explore and learn. Assuming that the application is not overwhelmed, you can freely access ChatGPT and use the GPT 3.5 model to do question and answers. It really is the simplest way to start playing with the technology, but there's lots of others. And if you haven't already, I'm producing a newsletter. AI-mistakes.com has some useful tidbits in there. I'm sharing some history, sharing some news like this, as well as some code repos where you can actually begin to play with the code that works with or takes advantage of large language models. So if you're having trouble getting started, let me hear from you. I want to understand what it is that's keeping you from getting started, and maybe there's something I can do to help. I think one of the things I want to do with the channel is really build a community, and if that means that we have some correspondence back and forth, you ask some questions to get started, I'm happy to share a little bit. Obviously, as we grow, I won't be able to do that all the time. But I think certainly understanding what it is that you need might generate some content, some other videos, perhaps a section in the newsletter that can provide you with some guides. Or at a minimum, I can share some links to videos and guides that others have already created that could help you get started. And I'd love to be a part of the success story for you in using this technology. So let me hear from you in the comments. What are you thinking about when you see the video? Is this exciting to you? Do you want more videos like this? Would you rather cover tutorials? What are you interested in? I want to know that as well. And if you're not already subscribed, don't forget to like the video if you did like it. Thank you for watching. This has been AI Mistakes. Go make some mistakes.